here's a makeup tutorial for you so you can follow along while you're doing your makeup for the wedding. So first, what you want to do is prepare your skin with skincare. So that's, clean your face, shower, everything. Moisturizer, and then if you are using a sunscreen, then use sunscreen, and then let it sit for maybe 1 minute, 2 minutes, just letting it absorb into the skin. So your skin will be hydrated for the whole day. Second step will be primer. So I told you to get this primer because you want your makeup to last as long as possible and not sweat through it or have it be patchy. You want it to look good the whole time, and it's going to be very hot. So I told you to get this primer because it will help everything stick better to your skin and make it last longer. So I'm gonna take a little bit, this much. So it's about the size of a pea. I didn't push the pump down all the way. If I did, it would be too much product and it will feel too thick. Too much primer is not necessary. So we're just going to put it everywhere and then rub it into our skin. If you feel like you need more, you can take more, but that should be enough. It's going to feel sticky, and that's okay because that's what we want. We want it to feel sticky, so don't worry. Okay, so primer is on. So we're just gonna let this sit for maybe 30 seconds. In the meantime, you can prepare your foundation. So I have this one. Use your foundation. I'm going to use maybe this much. I don't remember if you're using a sponge or a brush. What I do with this one is I really just use my fingers. So I put a little bit everywhere and then I just rub it in. You might feel that your skin is pulling a little bit because of the primer underneath, and that's okay. Okay, so now that I'm done with this, I'm just gonna take my brush and just make sure that it's even everywhere and that there's no extra lines of foundation that are unblended. So that's what this looks like. Next, I told you to get the Fit Me powder in 100. I don't have 100, I have a colored one. The one that you have is clear, so it will look like a white powder, just like this one, but when you apply it, there's not going to be color that shows up. It's going to be transparent, clear, no color. What you will do is you'll take the powder, you're gonna swirl your brush in it, and then you can either hit it on the side or pat it off, and it's going to remove the extra powder. And then what you're going to do is, and I'll show you with my powder, is, so I'm gonna just tap off, and then what you're going to do is you're going to start putting the brush on where you want the most powder. So for me, I want the most powder here because that's where I get the most oily. So I'm just gonna go like this. So what I'm doing is I'm going I'm starting on my nose, I'm going under my eye, up my cheekbone, and then from there I'm just buffing it everywhere. I don't want to look very shiny. If you want to look more shiny, then you can apply less powder. If you want to look less shiny, then you can apply more powder. So less shiny, more powder. More shiny, less powder. So again, start on the nose, go under the eye, and then massage it in. Same thing here. And I didn't put any concealer on because you said you're not using concealer. Next, you have a blush bronzer powder palette, right? So first, what I'm going to do is, I know you have a light color, so don't use the light color yet. First, we're gonna use the darker color. Actually, I'm gonna use a different color. I know you have a palette like this, but I don't want this color on me right now. This one I think matches actually the bronzer that you have even better, right? So it's warm, it's darker than your skin, but it's warm. So what you do is you swirl your brush around, right? And same thing, you pat off the excess or you pat it on your arm. The reason we do this is because we want to apply as little as possible. It's easier to add than remove. If you put too much on, then it'll just be very annoying to have to fix. So again, you pat on or you swirl, whatever you want to do, and then pat off the excess or tap it off. Then what you want to do is apply it. So think of like the number 3 or the letter E, right? So number 3 is like this, right? So what we're going to do is we're going to lay the brush flat here. So we're laying it flat. We're going to curve around the outside of our forehead. We're going to stop in the middle of our face. So right on top of our cheekbone, we're going to basically go slightly under. And we're only going to bring it to the middle of the face. We're going to go back up, go down, and then go across the jaw. So you don't have to be this precise with it. Basically, it's a number 3, right? So the top of the 3, and then the bottom of the 3. And it's just going to add a little bit of warmth to the skin. You don't have to add too much. Same thing on the other side. The top of the 3, down. This is the top of our cheekbone. We're gonna go just slightly under, stop in the middle of the face, go back up, come down, and then across the jaw. So one more time, like this, and then like this. And then what I like to do is just, so the next thing is blush. So we're gonna take our blush, right, pat off the excess again, or pat it off. And then what we want to do is, we don't want to start here, because usually we apply here, and then when you stop smiling, the blush is down here. So we're putting it here, and then it goes down. But we don't want blush here, because that's gonna make our face drag down. We don't want that. We want our face to be pulled up. Take our brush, and then you see right here our temple. We're going to put the brush here, come down, and stop here. We're not gonna go any further than this. Then we're gonna come back up, come down, stop, don't go any further than this. You don't want any blush right here. You don't want any blush right here. We want blush only right here, right? So we're gonna do that a couple of times. Something I like to do is brush towards my hair, like this. And that's how that looks, so it's very light. So same thing, take blush, tap it off or pat it off, right? We're gonna start here, and you want to hold the brush, I didn't explain this, you want to hold the brush like a pencil. So if you're holding a marker or a pencil, you want to hold that, but you don't want to hold it tight at the front. You want to hold it kind of in the middle, so it's not, so you're not stabbing your face, so you can be light on your face. Again, temple, right? End of eyebrow / temple, come down. And you're not coming down this way. You're coming kind of like an angle. Like think of the Nike symbol. You're doing like a Nike symbol. So start here, stop here, right? We're not putting any product here. We're not putting any product here. Stop here, right? So one more time, just like that, right? I like starting here because if there's more product here, that's fine. If there's more product here, it might look weird in photos. So I like to start here. And then I like to brush towards my hair with whatever's left. So see, I didn't go back into the blush any more times than the first time. And I like to do this before eyeshadow, so that way I can do a little bit like over here if I want to, right? And so that is blush. Once I'm done, I just take whatever is left and I just kind of buff everything in. This is just to make sure everything is blended, that it's not too much, too harsh in any one place, and to make sure that there's no harsh lines. So making sure it's just blended out all of the way. So that's bronzer and blush. You have a highlighter as well, and I think you said you wanted to use it. So here's how you use highlighter. I like to use the same brush as I used in the blush. So this is the same brush I used, right? So this is my highlighter. So what I like to do is I like to just pinch my brush, go into here, tap off the excess, right? And then highlighter, what highlighter is used for is to catch light. So when the sun will shine on my face, it's going to shine right here on my cheeks. So I'm just gonna put some right there, right where the sun would catch it, right at the top of the cheekbone. Next we can do eyes. Really easy eyeshadow routine. You can take your bronzer, and you can take an eyeshadow brush, top off the excess, and then apply some eyeshadow. Put a little bit of the primer on your eyelid. I forgot to say that and I didn't do it. Put a little bit of the face primer on your eyelid. And then when you use your powder, put a little bit of the powder also on your eyelid. What this will do is help let your eyeshadow stay on longer, and it's not gonna get sweaty and crease and smudge all over the place. You can take your highlighter and you can take your finger, right? Take a little bit of the highlighter and just put it on your eyelid. So again, take a little bit of your highlighter and then put it on your eyelid. Take the same brush that I used the bronzer on and then just go over the top of this. So the top of this is right here, right? Just so it looks better blended. Last couple of things you will do is mascara, right? So do your mascara, oh, and your eyeliner, how you will do it. So here's a blue eyeliner I feel like you would use. You usually do it like this. When I'm at the end, I'll take this and just kind of go out, and it'll blend out this harsh end of it, right? And so it'll look smoother. And then if you want to go really crazy, a little bit in your inner corner. So what you do is you pinch this and then you go right here like that. So again, you pinch this. It's going a little bit in your eye. Don't worry. And then it'll look extra fun. And if you're getting mascara up here, my trick for that is get your mirror again and you look down and you'll see all of your eyelashes. Lipstick, right? Whatever lipstick you're wearing, this is just, again, I'm not going anywhere. So put on whatever lipstick you have. The Urban Decay All Nighter Spray. So what you want to do is shake it really well. First thing, when you get it, because I know this is new, like the product is new, what you want to do is make sure it's coming out evenly. So when it's new, it might sputter, you might get really big chunks of water or bubbles. We don't want any of that on the face. We want it to be smooth on our face. So spray it once just to see how far this mist is going. The mist is going not further than this. So I want my face to be no further than that, right? So I'm gonna hold it pretty close to my face. And what I'm gonna do is just mist. And you can count if you want to. Usually it's 7 to 8 times for me. So I'm gonna hold it and angle my face towards the spray bottle, or you can just move it. I just find it easier to angle my face and not move this. So I'm gonna spray once, and I didn't get any on my face, so I'm gonna hold it closer. Okay, so this is maybe 6 inches from my face, right? I'm gonna spray one more time. So that was 4 times already. And I feel like I only got it on the bottom half of my face, so I'm gonna now do the top half of my face. Okay, so now I feel like I did 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Oh, and since you're putting product here, you know, put it on your neck. You'll feel the moisture when you spray it, and you'll know if you missed a spot. So if any spot doesn't feel wet, spray some there. So we're gonna let this dry. Do not touch your face while it's wet. Otherwise, your makeup is gonna come off on your fingers or on your clothes or whatever. So while you're doing this, wait for it to dry. And I don't know how the weather is tomorrow, because right now it's nighttime for you and it's daytime for me. And it's really cold here, but I know it's really hot there. Okay, so if it's really, really hot, again, I don't know what the temperature is, do it again. So once it's totally dry, and again, you're doing this after all of your makeup is done. So make sure all of your makeup is done. If it's too hot, apply it one more time. So let's do one more coat. And then you can do like a couple like that too. So this is how it looks. It looks really wet. So just let it dry. It'll take a few minutes. It's okay. It takes like maybe 30 seconds, maybe 1 minute to totally dry. Okay, so now I feel like it's totally dry. And with this, you should be set for the entire day. Bring your compact with you just in case, because there should be, I lost mine, but there should be the little powder puff here that you can use to just touch up if you feel like, oh, I look really greasy right now, or I feel really greasy. You shouldn't, but if you do feel, then just what you'll do is, I'll use my sponge for an example. So what you want to do is, if, 5-6 hours later, you're feeling, oh, I look too shiny or I feel too shiny, take your compact and then the little sponge it comes with, and don't swirl it, just pat, right? When you pat, you're still going to get product, right? So pat firmly, right? And it's going to coat the sponge. And then, take your hand or whatever and always pat off the excess, right? And then wherever you're feeling a little bit oily, a little bit greasy, just kind of touch it up, just like that, right? Now that this is totally dry, I do feel like there's a layer on my skin. Okay, so if you do put a lot, you might feel it a little bit, and that's okay. Okay, this is made so that you can use it literally like in a club. It's okay, it's just making sure that your makeup will last all day. So don't touch your face while it's drying. And it's okay if you can feel it. It's gonna look great in the photos. Just to recap, right? First you'll do your skincare, right? Then you'll do your primer, right? Then you'll do your foundation. Then you will do powder. Then you will do, if you're going to do bronzer, you don't have to do bronzer. I think your face looks fine without bronzer. After bronzer, you can use blush. After blush, you can use highlighter. After highlighter, you can do your eyes, or you can do your eyes before bronzer, however you want to do it. I don't care when you do your eyes. You can do your eyes first if you want to also, so that's fine. And then lipstick, right? Lip gloss, whatever. Oh, this won't make your lipstick stay all day. So if your lipstick comes off easily, it's still gonna come off pretty easily, right? Because this is really just for your face makeup. Your lipstick's still gonna come off, so make sure you take your lipstick with you if you want to reapply it. And then you'll end off with the Urban Decay spray. Do your hair before this. Put your clothes on before your makeup. Put your makeup on last and put like an apron or a covering on your outfit so you don't get makeup on your outfit. But do your makeup last because you don't want to mess it up, doing hair and sari and all of that. Yeah, okay, that's all. Hope this helped you. Hope it was easy to follow. Have fun. Okay, bye. Love you.